Life is suffering, so why not suffer well? No matter if you choose a path of self improvement or you choose a normal life, a life of instant gratification, following the normal path, maybe working at a job that you don't like, but that's making enough income and you're fitting in, you're eating junk food every weekend, you're watching porn every night. That life may seem chill, but even that life, even if you choose that path, it's still a life of suffering. And even you might think that I would say that if you choose some improvement, you'll suffer less. No. If you choose to go down some improvement, to work on yourself relentlessly every single day for the rest of your life, you're gonna suffer. And you're gonna suffer as much, if not a little bit, if not even more, than if you choose the normal path. But this type of suffering, at least it's intentional. You choose how you suffer when you're on some improvement. When you choose this normal path and you just go with the flow and you just follow the crowd, you're not the one that chooses your suffering. Someone else, outside influences, choose how you will suffer. You're not the one who chooses. People put their suffering on you. But when you're in self-improvement, every single day, you're the one. Almost every single day, you're the one who puts the suffering in yourself. Because you could quit at any moment. Because you have full control over it. But the only reason why you keep going is because you decided to. It's 4 a.m., I'm awake, I'm working, and now I have to go to school. Then I have to come back from school and I have to work out. I don't have to do all those things outside going to school. I choose to do them. And I might not feel like doing every single one of them. And I could just say, no, I won't do them. But I'm the one who decided to do them in the first place. Life is suffering, but how long can you sit in the pain and the suffering and accept it? Because it's easy to mask it. Because with instant gratification nowadays, YouTube, movies, Netflix, video games, it's easy to mask the suffering in your life. Sometimes, even when you're suffering, there will be random suffering that will happen to you. That's outside of your control. Maybe you lose someone. Maybe something happened with your business. Maybe you get diagnosed with a sickness. Something bad happens and you're sad. With instant gratification, it's easy to mask that suffering. Even sometimes I think might not be that tragic, that bad. But something will happen. Like a lot of things will happen in your life, especially if you're young. A lot of things will happen in your life. No matter what you decide to do in your life, a lot of bad things are going to happen to you. Are you willing to accept those things and just accept, yeah, those things are part of life? Are you willing to sit in that suffering and accept it and wait till those dark clouds pass? Or will you try to mask that suffering every single day with instant gratification? Because those intellectual activities, the reason why we're addicted to them is simply because we're scared to suffer. The reason why, for most of my life, I decided I spend hours every single week watching YouTube, and I still haven't gotten 100% rid of this addiction yet, is because I'm a pussy and I'm scared of suffering. I'm scared of this weird feeling of not having my little YouTube videos that I watch at the end of the day. I'm scared to suffer and feel that craving of watching YouTube but not indulging in it. I'm scared of going to bed and being sad and not having some random YouTube video to comfort me. We're scared, and I would just admit it, I'm scared of the suffering. But I'm learning to sit in that suffering and accept it as part of my reality, knowing that it will pass. And masking it will not help. Trying to mask it with some addiction, some insecurity activities will not help. It will just delay the pain and make it worse in the future. But if you can just sit in that suffering, accept it, without trying to mask it, accept that it's there and let it pass, I think you will come out a way stronger person when it will pass. If you just try to mask it, you won't have learned anything from it. But if you can just sit in it, not trying to mask it with some artificial instant gratification activity or some dumb activity, porn, watching video, like watching YouTube, playing video games. If you can just sit in a suffering when it does happen, you are gonna reap at least some benefits from it. It's not necessarily that it's gonna be positive, but at least at the end of the day, when it passes, you can learn something from it. But if you just want to mask it, you would just firstly delay that pain, that suffering, and make it worse in the future for your future self. Secondly, you won't have learned anything from it, and you make yourself even more addicted to that thing. Life is suffering, but you can decide to suffer well. But even on your worst days, do your best, and don't try to mask it. Accept it. And I'm not saying this, I'm talking to my youngest, I'm talking to myself, because I do it way too often. When I become very, very sad, or I feel kind of bad, first reflex, watch some BS on YouTube to comfort myself. That's not what a strong man would do. That's not what a masculine man would do. Sit in that suffering, accept that it's there, and keep walking forward, knowing that it will eventually pass. It's just a dark cloud in the sky. It's just a quick rain. It will stop. But if you try to mask it, if you try to run away from it, you will only be harming your future self. So yeah, don't run from discomfort. Chase it.